security and sovereignty, building sovereign defense capability. In the future, India and France will extend their groundbreaking defense cooperation in advanced aeronautical technologies by supporting the joint development of a combat aircraft engine. They also supported industrial cooperation for motorization of heavy-lift helicopters under the Indian multi-role helicopter program with Safran helicopter engine France. So these are just some examples, right, from people to people, defense, space. Now these agreements are very many, and I think the time we have at our disposal is not that much, so I thought I'll give you an overview. Abhi, now I want to come to our the UAE part of the visit. Again, as a student of diplomatic relations, both in France and the UAE, I was struck with the very, I would say, heartwarming effort made by both the host countries. प्रधानमंत्री जी के लिए बैस्टिल डे परेड पे गेस्ट ऑफ ऑनर, लूव्र म्यूजियम खुलवाना उनके लिए स्पेशल डिनर के लिए, और एक ही बार हुआ 1957 में. और ये जो बैस्टिल डे परेड भी है, मैंने कोशिश की करना, हु वाज द लास्ट विजिटर? I think it was President Trump in 2017. I need to check that out. When before coming here, I was checking. So these are singular honors. When you come to UAE, again, I'm told the visit of the Prime Minister to UAE on 15 July. This is the 15 July 2023. This is the Honorable Prime Minister's 5th visit to the UAE. I think he went there first in 2015. And some significant decisions which have been taken, which I think bear mention. One is the opening of a new IIT Delhi campus in Abu Dhabi. This is the first IIT campus outside of India, and it is a significant milestone in the growing partnership between the two countries. The campus will be a major boost to education and research in the UAE. It will also help create opportunities for collaboration between Indian and UAE businesses. जैसे आप जानते हैं, हमारे जो Indian Institute of Technologies और premier institutions हैं, these are not only centers of excellence for learning, but यहाँ की जो technical knowledge होता है, उसको वो आप, you use it also for ongoing projects elsewhere. Number 2, an MOU was signed on local currency settlements. अब देखिए, हमारी और अबू धाबी की जो bilateral trade है is currently around $85 billion. And the non-oil trade is slated to go up to about $100 billion annually. Now the trade transactions will be enabled to be settled in the use of Indian rupees and UAE dirham for cross-border transaction. Then an MOU was inked for the payment and messaging system between Reserve Bank of India and Central Bank of the UAE. Also facilitated another one for interlinking card switches of the two countries. So in this short visit, again, very substantive outcomes. And Prime Minister has also, if you look at the joint statement between India and the UAE on climate change, the Prime Minister has extended full support to the UAE, which will be assuming the COP28 presidency, and both countries have signed a joint statement on climate change, and these all documents are available in the public domain. I will, because our time is very short, I'm going to conclude, but I'd be happy to take 1 or 2 questions. I just want to tell you that, again, as a student of diplomacy and diplomatic exchanges, आप देखिए पिछले कुछ हफ्तों में the Honorable Prime Minister had a highly successful visit to Tokyo for the G7 summit. After that, he went to the South Pacific for a meeting, then on to Australia. उसके बाद he visited the United States in a landmark visit, and now these visits to France and the UAE. So I would say that in terms of both the sheer momentum of our exchanges with the outside world, also the kind of events which are planned for the coming weeks leading up to the G20 summit. So I think it's an India flavor and an India story in many parts of the world, and certainly these all have very, very positive outcomes in both bilateral and multilateral arena. So I'd be happy to take a few questions.
बहुत बहुत आभार आप सबका, धन्यवाद।
चलिए, गुड।